This is really good. This is the first time I've tasted it.
Is it?
Yeah, because I was like,
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I
was like busy while you were developing it.
Right, you got an extra fork?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to WTF, where we help you transform food in your kitchen. I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman.
And on this channel, we talk about unique ingredients, techniques, and show you new recipes for your kitchen. And this week, we are doing a brand new kind of holiday-ish, winter-ish, kind of winter-inspired recipe for sweet potato custard that Roman kind of brought over from his restaurant days. And we kind of updated a little bit, and we want to show you how do you make this delicious side treat for your special peoples. All right, let's walk through a little bit. What is a sweet potato custard?
So a sweet potato custard is pretty much what it says. This is sweet potato custard. The only difference here in this recipe is that we're not using egg.
Okay.
We're going to use a combination of Gellan F and LT100 to stabilize it and hold it together. It's very creamy. I actually like it better than the custards I made with egg at the restaurant. So this recipe is very, very cool. And I mean, texturally, it's probably one of the best custards I've ever really had, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Like,
right.
What do we do first?
All right, so first thing you have to do is you have to roast your sweet potato. Right here, I have a sweet potato that is already roasted. And after you roast it, cut it open, and then you run it to a food processor or blender, and you come up with this. This is the puree, nothing else added to it. This is just straight sweet potato puree.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to turn this on. And right here I have some sweet potato juice. So a lot of times when I made this recipe back in the days, I would use cream as the liquid base, and it'd be delicious, it'd be great. But this time I want to do a little something different, so I juiced some sweet potatoes. This nice little orange sweet potato, because I wanted more of a sweet potato flavor.
Yeah,
right?
I can tell, very pure.
Exactly, and so that's what we're going for here.
Cool.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the sweet potato juice in the blender.
Okay, but if someone doesn't have a juicer, they can still substitute in cream or
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Use whatever you'd like to do. Obviously, I'm going to recommend this because this is like the most sweet potato forward flavor you're going to get.
Cool.
All right, so we'll turn this on low, and then as this is going, I have here my sugar, salt, LT100, and Gellan F. And I'm just gonna dry mix these together. Excuse me.
If you're not a professional chef, don't leave the top off your blender.
Don't do it. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. Okay, and as that is going, I'm just gonna slowly sprinkle this in.
And Gellan gum are just two different types of gelling agents. I forget where they come from. I'm gonna look it up when we take the break, but they are really great individually or together in order to make different types of gels. Blends and strengths and opacities, etc., etc. So wonderful tools.
So we're gonna let this mix for about 1 minute to make sure that it's combined, and then we're gonna shut it down, and then I'm gonna add the puree right to it.
I love how bright orange that looks.
Yeah, and you don't lose any of the color with the sweet potato juice, which is something else I like. It makes for really nice presentation, and it pops on the plate. All right, so I'm gonna slowly turn this back on, low. Well, don't do that. And we'll just let that blend for about 1 to 2 minutes. All right, so we blended this for about 3 to 4 minutes to make sure it's all incorporated. And I'm just gonna spoon this into our ready pastry bag. Now I'm putting it in the pastry bag just because it's a lot easier to handle. You could actually, if you wanted to, just spoon this into the tamales that we have ready. But this,
I asked Roman why he did it. He's like, I don't like it if it's not perfectly neat.
I hate the mess, let's just say that. Pipe that right in there.
Okay. And why is it sitting in a little tub of water?
Well, we have a water bath to make sure that it doesn't get too dry and it doesn't crack.
Okay.
We want to make sure we tap that out a little bit. That'll flatten it out. And this is going to go in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 1.5 hours.
Great. We'll be back. Now we have this beautiful, beautiful plate here, and I'm going to have Roman talk to you about what we're exactly tasting here today in just a second. But first we want to talk about this week's ingredient highlight. And this week's ingredient highlight are Gellan gum. So before I was like, what is Gellan Gum? I forget. So our catalog is huge and I can't remember everything. But Gellan Gum is a hydrocolloid that is sourced from microbials. So it is appropriate for all sorts of plant-based cooking, but certainly not exclusively limited to that. It's really great for all kinds of brittle gels. The soft gels, LT100 is thermal reversible. So each of them are really great on their own, but what we've been really loving is exactly what Roman did today, which is using them in combination in order to achieve textures that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Now here today we have the sweet potato custard. You might remember a while back we did Chef Steps vegan foie gras, which was incredible. You can make fluid gels, you can make all kinds of really fun things. Get all the recipes on modernistpantry.com. Gellan Gum, that's what it is. All right, now what do we have here? So we don't like always do like, you know, a beautiful full plate, but
not all the time.
This is Roman's full plate from the restaurant.
Yep.
What are we looking at?
So, yep, this is pretty much a carbon copy of what I did at the restaurant, actually updated modernist style. So what we have here is the sweet potato custard that we made earlier. I have a nicely seared duck, some charred bok choy, and a duck demi-glace.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
All right. Let's dig in.
Okay. Yes, please.
Let me cut you a little piece here.
Yeah, trying to remain classy on camera.
All right.
I'm dying to get into that sweet potato custard.
So let's get some of that custard because that's beautiful. It's very creamy. I mean, you really can't get a texture like that.
Yeah, I love this color. I just want to say, I'm gonna get a bite with the duck. All right, let's see.
Oh man, that is good. The custard is so bright. It's so sweet potato. It just tastes like just straight sweet potato, which is pretty much what it is.
No added sugars.
No added flavorings. Nope.
It's like sweet potato pie and sweet potato flan all in one bite.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how smooth it is.
Yeah, the texture of it is uncanny.
It's so good.
Unbelievable.
This is really good. It's kind of like both simultaneously incredibly familiar and new at the same time.
Right.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
But in a really good way. So check out this recipe, link in the description below. Let us know what else you would like to see us do here in the test kitchen. We are currently now brainstorming for 2025. We're looking for new things to do, new things to try.
Drop them in the comments.
Yeah, let us know anything that you want to see us make. And until next week, from here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen, I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman.
And we transform
food.